All right, so here's something new, and we're going to do this one in class. This is where we're going to practice writing our numbers 0 to 5. And they've helped us a little bit by giving us numbers that we can trace. In the second column, we are going to write them on our own, the very best we can. Then we're going to draw something that matches the number. We're going to draw a quantity in there that matches the number. And then over here we have a 10 frame. And we are going to fill in the correct number of dots on our 10 frame to match our number. So we're going to start at the top with name. You're going to put your name up there. And we are going to do this in class, but just in case you miss it, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I think I need a different color of crayon. You can use a crayon if you want to. I like crayons. That's my favorite thing. So I'm going to start here with this number is 0. And 0 means nothing. So first I'm going to trace over that one really carefully. It looks a lot like an O, the letter O. But if we're talking numbers and math, it's a 0. If we're reading and writing, then it is an O. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do my very best to touch the top line and the bottom line and write the number 0. Now this is going to be really easy. I have to draw 0 things in there. So that means nothing. I'm not going to draw anything in there. And showing 0 in a 10 frame, 0 means nothing. So there's nothing in our 10 frame. That was easy, right? Okay, I'm going to go down to the next one. This is number 1. I start at the top and I pull down, and that is a 1. That's pretty easy. I'm going to come over here, start at the top, pull down. There's the number 1. And then I have to draw one of something. And you know something that Mrs. Diabas can draw pretty well is a happy face. So I'm going to put one happy face in there. That's pretty easy for me. If you can draw something else better, put one of something in there. And then in my 10 frame, there are 10 rectangles here. I'm going to put a circle and color it in. And I put 1 dot in my 10 frame. And that shows the quantity of 1. Okay. I'm going to come down to number 2. This one's a little tricky. You push up and around and back. We've practiced that one a little bit, but it's still kind of tricky. And then we can come over here on the line, around and back. And that is number 2. So how many smiley faces do you think I'm going to put in the 2 box? I'm just going to stick with smiley faces, and I'm going to draw 1, 2. There are my 2 smiley faces. And now I'm going to come over here to my 10 frame. How many of those am I going to put a dot in? I'm going to do the same thing. 1, 2. So 2 of the rectangles have a dot in them. And that's number 2. I would do the same thing with 3. Trace it, write it, draw 3 smiley faces this time. And color dots in 3 of the 10 frame. 4, I'm going to trace the 4, write the 4. This time I have to put 4 smiley faces in there so don't make them too big. And then put dots in 4 of the rectangles. And then we have number 5 down here. I would write the number 5, which is really hard. But we are going to do this together in class, so don't worry. And then I've got to write 5 smiley faces in here and color in 5 of those rectangles with put dots in there. Okay, so that'll start you out, but we will do this one together in class, okay? So don't worry about doing it all on your own without me, okay?